look at those blue flakes.
What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode out here in the garage. Yes, my beautiful workshop. We've got an unreasonably nice day here at the end of December. It's 51 degrees right now. So I'm gonna crack the garage door a little bit and we're gonna do some soft plastic making. I know I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been kind of in a rut trying to get videos going and stuff. Holidays and family, it's been crazy, but nice day, so I'm getting out here a little bit of quiet time and do some soft plastic making. So this is what we're gonna be making today. This was what everybody said they wanted to see when I was showing off some of the soft plastic stuff. This is really hard to do one-handed. It's the iCraw mold. Now, of course, everything I'm using is from Do It. Partnered up with those folks this year. Awesome people here in Iowa. Everything I'm using, I'll link below. We're making the iCraw today. Super fun. And actually, this was the very first one I made. I did that on an Instagram Live. The very first one that came out of the mold, my first soft plastic. I saved it. Was going for a June bug, forgot the glitter and stuff, but that's what we're making today. So I've already got some of these pre-made that we'll heat up, and I'll also show you the process starting from complete scratch. You need some glass Pyrex bowls. I think my old lady got these at Walmart for like $7 or something like that. You'll need your colorants. Of course, I've got a bunch of stuff from Do It there. They've got a whole bunch of soft plastic stuff. Check those out. We've got all the glitters. I've got some highlight powders that give it kind of a sheen. You want an instant read thermometer. I have the one here where you just hold it and shoot it on your plastic there to see how warm it is. You'll need an injector. This is just my single injector. We're also gonna mess around doing some dual injections, so making it like a half and half color. You'll want a respirator because this soft plastisol, soft plastic stuff reeks. So here's the soft plastic. You get that in a jug. They've got little things, big things, but picked up some of that from Do It, and we'll kind of do everything starting from scratch. I've got a couple brand new Pyrexes here. Dad and I were making some ice fishing soft plastics. Maybe I'll do that too. Maybe I'll surprise and show you some of these. And we'll maybe make some of those too. So enough yapping. I'm gonna flip this around. We'll get some better close-ups. Let's start the process. Okay, first step, shake the plastisol vigorously. Pour some fresh plastisol into your glass Pyrex. I'm gonna go about 1.25 cups. Now the plastisol is white. As you heat it up, you want to do it in small increments so you don't burn it. Burnt plastisol is not good. It stinks, literally and figuratively. All right, so we're going in the microwave. Now I only got a little 700-watt microwave. It takes longer. I didn't even pay attention to that. I just got a small one because I don't have a bunch of room here. As you can see, I did do this whole addition here for all of my bait making stuff. Makes it pretty sweet. I just had that before, so I was happy to get this over here. So I'm gonna do about 1:30 to start out. All right, plastic is done there after 1:30. Make sure you have a good heat-resistant glove. I also got these off of Do It because this stuff comes out hot. You can see it's still milky there. It'll start to thicken up, get clear, so we've still got a ways to go. Okay, there we go. Now we can see how the color has changed. It's not bright white. We're starting to get a little thicker. Almost there. You can see now it's starting to get that jelly consistency, starting to thicken up. And this is where I'm going to start taking the temperature on it. 296. We want to get to 365 for the first go around. While I'm doing that, like I said, this is what it looks like when you get the stuff from Do It. Nice. It's not the, I've heard some other brands are pretty like diluted. You can see this is a real good thick colorant. It's really rich. They send you these little tops that you just have to cut the very tip of it off. Just the tip. Okay, so this is called Blue Fleck. I honestly don't remember what this color looks like. So I'm gonna mix in some of my colorant. We're almost getting there. I like to put the colorant in when it's warmer. Whoa, that was quite a bit. The thing with color is, remember, you can always add more, but you can't take color out. Now you could always put in, you know, more plastisol to kind of dilute it. Oh, this stuff stinks so bad. I'm gonna have to open up the garage door. But as you can see, you kind of go in little increments until you get what you want. You kind of look at it on your knife there. I have to credit Nick Rundle, Mr. Marling, those guys over at the Bait Cave. They really taught me everything I know about making plastics. Of course, like Fish Daddy 401, Arthur, also a super nice guy to help out. So that's what we're kind of looking like. I want some more because I want this to be pretty dark. Okay, but I also got some just regular black from them. I'm gonna add just a couple drops of that in. Okay, there we go. So it's gonna be like a dark purplish, bluish, okay. Now you can see before I already did a, like my actual June bug, and you can save these little pucks. This is purple with like the green colorant through it. Definitely a good June bug color I made. But you can save these, remelt them like that green there. We might use this green and do like a dual color, like so. And you can shoot that and make 2 different colors. But first we're just gonna make one single color. Whatever this comes out being, I really don't know. Okay, I do know I want some flake in it, so I'm gonna add, they call this color gunmetal, smoky glitter. This is a little bit bigger. We're gonna go about that much. And then I've got some Canadian blue. This is a larger flake, so we're gonna go about that much. There we go. So that's what we're looking at. That actually turned out pretty cool. You can see those blue flakes. That's kind of reminiscent of that blue flake, the old kind of worm color, that purplish dark color with those blue flakes in it. Shows through there really cool. Okay, so you can see there we are just a little bit over 370, so I'm going to stir this just a little bit. My injector is going to be cold anyway, so this should shoot just about right. So we're going to draw this up in our injector. Now, while I was talking, I also loaded up one of the ice fishing molds here too. So as you can see there, I'm going to push down with even pressure, push that down in there. I'm going to hold it here, make sure I've got good pressure, the whole cavity's filled. Then I'm going to top that mold off just on the top there to make sure as it cools, it's going to kind of suck that plastic down in. So I'm going to get that just over the top of it there. And over here, I set up a second mold with some of those ice fishing plastics. Push that down in there, hold it for a second, top it off to make sure any that it pulls down in there. That way it fills all the way. We should be good. Now the only feedback I have for doing on the injector is you have to be careful because this end doesn't lock. Push that down. You have to watch the end of this if you get these from Do It, because if you push too hard, this whole end will come off. I know when I was over with Rundle and Marling and them, they used an ice injector where you push this tip in and turn it and it locks it in. So you physically can't even push that off. You have to like unlock it. Okay, so I let those set. Now you have to have these clamped into something. I just got like a cheap vise on Amazon. It just screws onto my little tabletop here. You could have a nice one and such, but this works for me. And I've just got a couple clamps here to hold this one together, so that way I can shoot one and then two here to kind of maximize my deal instead of just doing one. Now I think Do It came out with like a 4-cavity mold of these, the iCraw, but I only have the 1 cavity. Now as I take this out of the clamp here, this is the part of soft plastic making it so fun. It's like Christmas. Opening these every single time, hoping they turned out. Oh yeah, and it sure did. Look at that baby. Dark, let me give you a better look. Pulls out real nice. So that's the color we ended up with, a very dark purple. You can see there we've got the blue, silver flake. That turned out pretty dang sweet. And then since you can reheat these over, make sure when you pull the little sprue part off, that's the part where you poured it in at the top. Save that, you can reheat it, remelt it, but there we go. That is the first one done. That turned out pretty sweet. Let's shoot a few more. Good and mixed. Let's see where we're at. Ooh, 379. We're a little hot, so we're going to stir that for just a little bit. You can see as you stir it, let some of that heat out of there. Okay, into our mold. Make sure it fills it. Like I said, just be careful with your injector as you get to the end of it there. Kind of slow down because you can see it starting to come off there. Hold it. You can just kind of take your glove. This is why you want to have your heat gloves on. Hold that for a second, pull that piece out. Now you can see I didn't get all of it out. There's a little piece stuck inside there. That's the fun part, you get to shoot that little deal out. Grow up, Debo. Now, let's show you this one. So this one I didn't unmold for you there before. Now if you have trouble getting these open, it's got a little slit here. That's what this little slit for, is to take your butter knife and just twist it and it opens these right up. That is one of their new ice molds. I forget which one this is, but oh gosh, these things look good. Look at those. Those are going to have so much freaking action on a little jig head. All those little tentacle leg looking things there. Now with these little guys, you'll just pull each one of these little deals off, and then this whole long piece and everything can go back in and get remelted. Okay, let's get crazy. Let's do one of the dual mold deals. So I'm going to put this in. We've got to get this all heated up. Actually, I think I've got 2 different colors. Oh, I do. So for this stuff, when I ever remelt, I always put a little bit of fresh plastisol in, and then I'm going to put some stabilizer in, which is this stuff right up here. Drip some of that in. That way it helps stabilize that so your plastic doesn't break apart when it's stuff that you've been reheating. Put that on for 2 minutes. I didn't add any salt or any additives that make this stuff sink. So all of these plastics that I'm making, these are just going to be like jig trailers for my finesse jigs. These are all going to float, which is nice, but if you want to make like stick baits or anything that you want to sink, you would have to do salt. There's certain salt ratios. I haven't gotten to that yet. And then I think Do It has something else, like a synthetic stuff that you can put in here that you don't have to put in as much as salt, but I need to look into that more. But for right now, everything I've got is floating. This is one of the other ice molds, and I could do a whole video on these, talking about them and shooting these. This one though, this is my favorite ice mold that I got from them, one of the new ones. Look at all those little spikes. Oh, that looks so good. Dark color. It's interesting, I usually go with like a bright color. I don't do a bunch of dark colors for ice fishing. See how those do. Okay, so there you go. A few minutes of melting now. You can see we've still got some melting to do, but you can see that old stuff starting to break apart. Okay, we're close enough. We're at 350 on both of these. 350 once you've already heated them up to the 360 once. You're usually pretty good. So We're gonna put our two-piece deal over here on our mold. You have to make sure there is a top and a bottom to these molds, so I'm gonna draw up both of my plastics at the exact same time into this dual shooter. Over to our mold, I'm gonna put the dark color on top and push just like I would any other one. Top that off to make sure when it sucks that stuff down in there, we've got enough plastic. Get like that right to the end. You can see the tip starting to come off. Just like that, and that's where I stop to make sure I don't plop it down into my plastic. That comes out, and you can see that's what it looks like when you're doing the dual color there. It's got both your colors that come in and then meet. Pretty sweet. All right, our craw mold should be cooled off here. Let's crack this baby open and see. Oh yeah, that is cool. Laminate, that's the word. I can't believe I couldn't think of the word earlier. Laminate. So you can see we've got our two colors. Let me get you some better light. We've got our two distinct colors here when you do the laminate, the two color deal. So we've got our black and blue purple. Our black and bluish purple on top, then you flip it over. It's got a good hard line, green on the bottom. That was like a green with some iridescent blue in it. Look how cool that is. Some of the legs kind of turned out different colors. Those little spots, you know, those little tiny sections, they kind of blend a little bit, but I'm really happy with how that turned out. Really dark up top, green on the bottom. That's cool. All right, fishing friends, comment below and let me know what you thought. I got a whole bag of these done. I don't think I told you before. I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away all these. I think there's like 16 or so in here. Just to give you a recap, that was the black color, that dark black purple with the gunmetal and the blue flake in it. Threw in a few of the June bug that I made before. Again, we got the cool laminate, that dark color up top and the green pumpkin on the belly. There was just that green pumpkin. I made a few of those, threw those in there with the kind of blue flake stuff in it. Then a couple others that I made a while ago, some kind of green pumpkin, some orange and different flake stuff in there, red flake. So I will throw this bag of plastics in. I think I've also got maybe a tackle warehouse shirt I can throw in. I should have asked the folks that do it if they would give some extra t-shirts or hats or something that I can do with these giveaways. I appreciate everything they've done for me so far, and it'd be fun to give back to all of you. So comment below and let me know what mold you would like to see me do next. I think I'm probably gonna do a video of some ice fishing plastics, because Do It is also coming out with some of their own little tungsten ice jigs. So I want to dip some of those in like the powder paint, maybe try airbrushing a couple. I don't know, but mess with some of those. I've got some other swimming molds, all kinds of other stuff. Comment below and let me know what you want to see next. Now today's subscribed fishing friend is my guy, Greg Whitaker. Greg, thank you so much for always watching and supporting. I appreciate you, dude. And everybody else who continues to watch and support my channel, it means a ton to me. But I want to keep the videos rolling this week. I've got a few planned. I know I was a little lax there. I missed a whole week going up to Christmas. I didn't even put a video out. So you know how it gets around the holidays with family and such. It's a little busy. So thank you all so much for sticking with me. I've got a fun year planned for 2022. A lot of the same stuff, fun fishing, gear reviews, making tackle, a little bit of everything. And I've had people say that's what they like about my channel, a little bit of everything here and there. So enough of me yapping. I got to get this edited. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time.